let's go ahead and start our meeting. So let's start it with a Pledge of Allegiance. And since this is for our interactors, let me go ahead and ask Maceo to do the Pledge of Allegiance for us.
So do you stand? Okay.
We have to stand.
Oh, you're gonna see our.
Okay.
Who are they?
Go ahead, Maceo. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
That was really good.
Thank you very, very much, Maceo. Appreciate that. I just wanted to welcome everyone. You know, tonight is going to be our special meeting. As you know, we always meet on Tuesday. But because of the accomplishments that our interactors have done, you know, we really wanted to celebrate, you know, you guys. And we are just very, very proud of you. And I wanted to welcome your parents who are here this evening. And of course, wanted to welcome also Alan, who is joining us. And Alan is our district membership chair. I am very, very excited, you know, even with this type of situation that we are in, having the pandemic, because of who we are, our club, and what we do out there in the community. We are really, really attracting really excellent members of our club. And tonight, you know, I do have the honor of having our two brand new members to be installed this evening. But by the way, we actually have a total of 3. And our third person, who is actually our Hercules Police Department Commander, Joseph Vasquez, couldn't make it tonight because he is working. But we have the 2 that are here this evening. And of course, we have Myrtle and Val that would be inducted tonight.
Rotary represents every language, custom, political ideology, religion, race, and nationality. So Rotary has it all. The Rotarian attends meetings regularly. Obviously, online gives us another option because if you're not there, you're missed, and that's part of being friendship and part of service. A Rotarian never says no to a call for help because that is what service is all about. A Rotarian shares membership with other community leaders and friends because additional hands make it easier to get work done. A Rotarian pays their dues and obligations because sharing their resources is also part of service. Do you wish to be a Rotarian and join a prestigious service organization, especially Hercules, which is even more fun? So if so, the answer is you too?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So now I'd like to welcome you, and we would normally, in your club, you make them all get up and shake their hand, but we'll have to relay that later and then just kind of make do. So everybody, we'd like to have you join, and hopefully we'll get to actually see you someday.
Well, congratulations to Val and Myrtle. So now I would actually like Myrtle to say a few words. So at least we get to know her.
Yeah, so Holly is a very good friend of mine, and she actually was the one that I saw first being in Rotary, and she was the president. They were doing so many things, so that's my exposure to Rotary. And so, and Tita, I met her over at Holly's party. So then she encouraged me also. We got to talking, so I got to know a little bit more, and I started to participate in the meetings back in May, I believe. And what I really appreciate with Rotary is that it's the community involvement that you guys do, improving the lives of so many, especially young people, because the children are our future. That's also my passion. Although career-wise, I'll start with that. I'll start with basically career-wise, I've been in human resources for over 20 years, 25, more like it. and in different roles, variety of roles up to the VP level. So I've been at the very senior, not EVP, but I've been at the very senior level role. So I was very career oriented growing up. I have my MBA in HR management, and I also have an SPHR. So I've got a whole slew of background that I can bring. Not only that, as far as my career, but I've also been involved in a lot of community development, also with youth programs for the past 25 years, so all over the Bay Area, in Berkeley in particular. So I've got a lot of experience doing that. It's also my passion because I like to help young people. I also coach. I coach volleyball, basketball, and soccer. So I'm kind of bummed that there's no sports right around this time, and I miss watching the Warriors. I'm also a Warriors fan. So it's a little bit different. So I'm trying to find different things to do. I still do a lot of activities now as a community member, and I like the media. I actually like public speaking and teaching. So there's a lot of things I can do. I have a strong background in training and development as well, and I could compose my own training and development series and deliver it. So I could do that. I also do a weekly show with Father Jeffrey. We do that to help the church community as well. So that's kind of somewhat a summary of my background. Do you guys have any questions for me? I live in Hercules, so yeah.
Don't worry, we will put you to work. Thank you so much, Myrtle. That is just really awesome. Really, really appreciate that. And we wanted to welcome you. And I know with your background, your experience, your passion, you are definitely going to be a real added value to our club. Thank you for joining. So now let's move on to Mr. Val Ramos.
Hello, everyone. I am not much for words, so I'll do my best. But I joined the Rotary as a result of the website project. And I've been working with these Interact students on the project since we got started and successfully launched the Hercules website, the new Hercules website. I know there was one before. And so been working with Tita and got to meet Estella and the rest of the crew, and became a Rotary member along the process. So I started off as an innocent bystander, and that just wouldn't do. So I'm no longer an innocent bystander. I'm fully integrated now, and I'm excited to be a part of the Rotary Club. My wife Marina and I, she is a John Swett Unified School District board member, and we've been working together on the Rodeo Youth Mentoring Program for several years. Been a resident of Rodeo for over 25 years, and 20 of those years I worked at Biorad Laboratories as an IT professional. I ended that work in Biorad in 2018, but I am excited to announce that I just got hired by the Berkeley, Lawrence Berkeley Labs as a IT professional. I'd continue my career there and hopefully retire, I don't know, within another 5-10 years from that. I have an extensive background in IT, and I'm happy to extend that experience to the Rotary Club. Right now, I'm supporting the website project and hope to continue providing whatever IT support I can to the Rotary Club. And it's a pleasure. I look forward to the years to come and the exciting involvement in all the activities and everything else that's going on for the club. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of you.
Thank you very, very much, Val. You are such a great addition to our club because I always say without Val, there is no website for our club. So you really, really made it possible for us, and thank you very, very, very much. We from the bottom of our hearts, Val. Thank you.
So the project that we got is basically it's kind of like the Hercules Rotary Club and then our summer 2020 project-based learning program, right? So this is really the like what happened? How did it get started? And we landed on this not because we had a grand plan. It's more like we landed on this because we were paying attention and the community came together. The the Rotary Club, the members were very engaged, and of course our interactors engaged as well. So this really kind of happened when shelter in place and COVID-19 came upon us, and then we knew that our interactors would need to do something over the summer, right? It's kind of like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? It also happens that around that time frame, like beginning of the year, there was really a strong need for us to actually have a Rotary, Hercules Rotary website. You guys probably know this. A lot of organizations sometimes try to put together a website, and then it takes them a long time to kind of get it rolling. And what we said is like, okay, you know what? We have a group of experts within our club with Val, with myself, having done project development and project management for, um, you know, um, financial services as well as information technology companies. And then, of course, we have Lynette, and we've got Josie, and we also have Sean, and of course, our dynamic president, Des Calada. We just kind of like all said, we're going to make this happen. So all of those folks came together, and what happened was we have this amazing multi-generational group of individuals coming together and, you know, figuring it out as we go. It's not completely like shooting at the hip though. There is method to the madness, and what we were trying to do is really to do a project-based learning model. And what that means is we actually come up with a real life problem so that there's motivation for us to move forward. We're finding, we're answering questions and we're finding solutions to a problem. And along the way, it was really an opportunity for our young folks, our interactors, to gain new skills and new knowledge based on that mentorship that you guys are hearing about, like how Val was working very closely with our developers and all that. We actually had a great conversation with the core team where we were trying to figure out how we're going to design this project team, if you will. And the group of folks at the table, it's really the Rotarians, made a very conscious effort that instead of us actually addressing each other in a very formal way, because for many of the interactors, they have a formal relationship with me because I volunteer a lot in the classroom. So I was known to them as Mr. Paz. And when we had this conversation, we decided that, you know what, we really want to make this exactly like what it is if you're working in a startup, in an information technology company, working in a project team. So, we did away with the last names and we called each other by our first names. And that was really a way to actually set the tone and the culture of how we would work with one another. Now, I knew that it was working really well when one of our interactors, and everybody knows this, they chuckle about this, as we were actually talking about tasks and to-dos and, commitment to one another, when one of our interactors told our esteemed president, Miss Escalada, no, Tita, you have a to do for me, and that to do I'm really waiting for. And of course, she had to say, oh, yeah, I've got a to do for you. I'm going to get it done because we're part of a project team and we're actually at the same level and we're just trying to get it done together, as a whole, instead of like having all of those different, different labels that are different levels and you can't have those conversations. So it was really a great culture that we were able to put together. But at the end of the day, outside of the whole feel good and learning that we were doing, we still had to deliver a project. We had to have a end product, and we have to add the value that we said we would. But the whole design of this is really, designed to engage the whole student so that they can actually have that deep content knowledge, like what you guys are hearing everybody's talking about, so they can have that, creativity, that teamwork, and the communication skills that come in when you create that kind of really rich environment for them. So this is exactly what it's all about. And I think that this is a great example of how we can make this happen. And by the way, you guys, PBL is not new. It's actually something that is being tried and being used a lot in classroom. So a lot of what we're doing right here is truly based on some things that have been proved in the education space, but we're bringing it into a service organization like the Rotary. So I wanted to quickly share that so that you guys have that context for really what we're trying to do. Because going forward, and Matt, I know that we kind of like mentioned this to you before. We here at Hercules Rotary Club are looking at other things that we want to actually do that project-based learning model into. So I know that with Myrtle, we're talking about doing something along the lines of more communication, mentorship, and career development type work. With Josie, we're talking about financial literacy. There's of course the boomers and zoomers that we've got with Steve Kirby and myself working on that. So we're really looking at ways to engage our young folks, especially because with distance learning and the fact that that's probably how it's going to be for a long time, we need to make sure that we're engaging those young minds so that they still really feel like they're part of a community, which is what we can, I know, do because we've proved it in this particular example already. So that's kind of, where we are, and that's what we're trying to do, is to add more value to our community that way. So if you guys haven't actually seen our new website, it looks like this. And that, of course, is in our Heritage Garden, which is our garden right next to the library. And this is actually the core group of Rotarians that we have. It's a smaller group, but we definitely have a bigger group now. And then what we've got here, this is our updated version of the wheel. We were told, and we actually got this updated because we took the design specifications, you guys, from Hercules International. So we were actually using a style guide, which our interactors were using as a guideline. But we were told that this is actually the proper wheel for us to be using going forward.
And that's actually Brian, actually, who designed that.
Exactly. So then he actually had to render this and get it in place. So that's one of the things that Brian was really focused on. Thanks, Brian, for that. And then in our website, of course, we've got our homepage. We've got the information about our current news, which this is actually a partnership with our page owner, and it's actually Lynette who's the page owner for this one. So we can quickly go into this, and you can see some of the current information that we've got in our current news. So we've got information that articles that are written by, this one's written by Haley, and this one's written by Jake. And then I put a little bit here about boomers and zoomers. What we also have here is actually our interactors page. So in here, this is where you would find a lot of the information that our students added. And some of the research that they did was basically actually going out and gathering information about our Rotarians. So this is the interactor page that we have, and then also, of course, we've got our club member page. And I think we're still actually completing this, so this is not by far the complete set right now. But what we have is we're starting to put together all of the information that we have what we call our releases in order to make sure that we're staying current with changes that are happening, especially about projects that we have. And then as our new current news, what that looks like. And then as we, of course, bring in new members, we would want to add new members to our page. So this really means that, we will be soon finding Myrtle and more information about also Joseph on this page. So this is kind of like just a quick overview of what we've got. And hopefully you guys would go ahead and log on to, herculesrotary.org, and you'll be able to see all of this information as well.
I'm just so ecstatic to hear all these wonderful things that Hercules Club is doing. I'm actually jealous. You guys looking for a transferee?
New members.
Sure, we've been trying to get Alan over here for years now.
I know.
No, but seriously speaking, you guys are doing some great work over there, especially with the Interact kids. And to all the Interact kids, my hat's off to you. It seems like you have tapped into I guess it's the part at the end of the rainbow with all of the vast experience from the various Rotarians in the Hercules Club. That training on the website, I think that is valuable. I wish I can I sign up to be trained as well?
Yes.
But no, that's valuable information. Even the package that you're receiving, as Tita said, that's a package, or I believe it was Stella, sorry. That package that would contain information for you to transfer onto college or of your choice will be instrumental in your journey as you head down that path, and continue the good work that you guys are doing there in Hercules.
Thank you very, very much, Mac. Appreciate that.
And then this is just really, you guys, this is a simple thank you. We know we tried to actually have a pizza ice cream thing that didn't quite work out. We tried to actually do something that is, more something that we can share online this way. So what you've got in front of you are just a few things. So if you open your package, of course, you've got in there just, the completion certificate. You can put that as part of your portfolio for when you're putting together your applications for college. So hold on to that. If you're not, a senior this year, hold on to that, and then make sure that it'll be part of your portfolio. And that is also if you pull the second package, there's 3 things in there. The first one is actually just a journal, hoping that you guys would actually just jot down ideas. That's one way of capturing, information that you're learning, so you can refer to it later. And journaling is actually a great way to keep your ideas together, so that you have it in one place. It might not be something that you're implementing right now, but it would be something that you would do in the future. So take advantage of that. The second thing in there is a little card. It's actually a share tea card. I know everybody loves share tea, so please enjoy it. And then the little button is Miss Escalada. Tita, you want to talk a little bit about
It's
that?
called the Service Star, and this is really just just saying thank you for a service well done, being interactors and being the kids that we love to mentor, and you're here, and you guys have really done an awesome job providing that service to us, and this is going to go a long way for our club and for you guys too, simultaneously. It's a win-win situation. So everyone actually that had participated in this website is going to get that. All our interactors got it, and I think Sean got one already, but Josie, Lynette, and Val, definitely, I'm dropping off this service pins to you guys too. It's called Service Star. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed it because I got to work with everybody, Beforehand, before I even joined the project, I didn't know much about web development, but I think afterwards, working with Val and everybody else, that I was able to learn a lot more about web development, and also working with a group, as a team, pretty much.
Thanks, Jake.
I was gonna say kind of the same thing. Like, I enjoyed working with the team, so it's kind of like you get to work with other people and you're not by yourself. And when you work with a team, you feel more confident about yourself and about everyone else. And I like working with Val too, because he was able to guide us and he was able to answer questions that we had. And I also feel like there's stuff that we could improve on, but like, or there were stuff that we were able to improve on that we did improve on, and that was, I feel like we grew from that.
Thanks, Liz. And you know, the adults in the team can also share.
Jump in.
So over summer, I was able to work with mainly Julius, Jake, and Haley, and I think that was a great experience because I never really worked in a professional environment before, but the website development project gave me an opportunity to explore that, and I feel like I learned a lot more about what goes on behind the scenes of the website, even though I wasn't really the person to code it, but making content with and working with Jake and Julius is really fun.
Thanks, Hillary.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Julius, who can make it, but I think he also provided a lot of information on how people work in an actual professional business environment. And I think when Haley, and I all worked together with him, we really learned a lot.
Perfect, thank you. And you guys, you're right. So the good thing is that Julius is not here because they finally closed their house. So he's actually in the process of moving to this new home. And you guys have been hearing about this house and how long it's taken. But that's where he is. It's not like, you know, he forgot about us. It's because he's actually in the process of moving and getting resettled from East County to West County. So that's where Julius is right now. But we'll definitely get him back into like the swing of things because he really enjoyed also what we were doing together. So anybody else, especially any of our adult
Haley, I think Haley wants to talk too.
Thank you, Tita. Just real quick, I wanted to reiterate everything that all the interactors said. I really appreciate everything that the Rotary Club's done for me and all my classmates, and I feel like I grew so much from learning IT, everything from team building to like website development. It was really an amazing summer for me.
Cool. Okay.
How about the grown-ups? Come on, you can't be beaten up by the millennials. You gotta say something.
I'd like to say something. And I know that we recruited Mr. Ramos temporarily, but now he's permanent, so I'm happy for that. And I've seen him working tirelessly, very devoted to this project. And when I got a phone call from Hillary or email to give my biography and all that, I go, wow, they really got them working. So I was excited to see that team work. And, you know, I'm excited to see that the goal was set and the achievement now has been completed. So those are great team efforts. And you see, Mr. Ramos and I became a team like 37 years ago. So we had to work that way or we wouldn't be together. But I enjoy, and Tita and Miss Estela know this, I don't share him very much. And with Nelly and not anyone, but only people that I trust. So young people, you are blessed to have him and, you know, have worked with him. He loves working with youth. We've done it for the past so many years in church, in our community. And all I can say is, I know that what you learned this summer, you're going to take it out there into your future and you will make those ripple effects. That's what we want. We want you to go on and share it with the world. So thank you all for doing a very good job. And Mr. Ramos, thank you. Stella, thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. So, anybody else?
Josie and Sean, we haven't heard from you in a bit.
Yeah, well, let the interactors speak first here, Tita. No. Relax. No, it was a privilege working with all the interactors to develop this there. It's been a while. I'm motivated, such motivated and dedicated people. I mean, their contributions is like we ended up with a well-designed, excellent product. I mean, I'd like to thank Hillary. I mean, the president, leadership, hard work. She kept everyone focused on everything, and even reached out to some of the students at John Sweat, trying to give some of their students some of the opportunities that we've been having to work with it. And at the end of the day, we have a powerful marketing tool. I mean, Brian's technical expertise, better than mine anyway. Well, not better than Val's, but better than mine. I mean, use developmental software to create the physical content and program is truly outstanding. I mean, dedicated, motivated, and he's able to increase his skill set while giving back, which is cool. And like Maceo too, though definitely on the programming side, rendering many of the images, like and some of the rotary wheels and that kind of thing, and then placing the images there. And it's at the end of the day, our website looks professional, polished, and what have you. And Jake created some of the content there, of course, and also setting up some of the thoughts on the write-up you can read about the Zoomers and Boomers initiative, which I think was really going to be helpful moving forward, because I don't see us getting off the computer anytime soon. And of course, Haley, I mean, you got to do all the grunt work of tracking down all the information and getting people, even getting an interview with the city manager, which I thought was just great. So, I mean, this is great on both sides of it. I mean, you guys got to develop some skills, while at the same time we still got a valuable product. So, thanks everyone who's involved.
Thank you, Sean.
I want to thank all the interactors personally. It was such a pleasure working with each one of them. And to echo what Sean was saying, I was, being a person in IT and having worked on several projects, software delivery projects, I was amazed at the camaraderie and the level of professionalism that these interactors had. They hadn't been exposed to project management classes or anything like that, and yet their attitude and level of work represented someone who has been in project management before, have participated in projects. And so I'm amazed at the talent there and the soft skills these students have. And I am really a firm believer that Brian, Haley, and all the interactor teams, Jake and everyone there, Hillary, you guys are going to go to the top in my book. I see a bright and prosperous future for each one of you guys. So I just want to tell you that, and certainly whatever I can do to make that happen on my behalf, you can count on me.
Wow. That is very profound, Val, and thank you so much. Did you guys see now, interactors? Your mentor now with your website. This is awesome. You now have a friend that you can always go back and ask questions. Okay? That is awesome, Val. Thank you.
Well, I think it's wonderful that you have this website going. I've gone through and it looks great, and I appreciate all the hard work you've done. Looking forward to adding to this in the future. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve.
I had a fun summer working with the Interact and the core members of the Rotary. I'm not much of an IT person. I'm a boomer. That means I'm over 60 and I need my hands held so I can do a little bit. Val, I'll be needing your help. But thank you very much to the interactors. They did a job well done. It's well done. Congratulations to all of you. Hopefully we'll see you again. Well, we still have a whole year, right? Or maybe longer.
Thank you very much, Lynette. Appreciate it. Carol, you want to say something?
I still need to get my bio ready, so I'm
we know. And I thought you're
a little behind.
Uh-huh.
I'm working on that. I think everything that's been done so far is great. The kids are doing a great job. We've always had wonderful kids in our Interact group, and just seems like every year they improve a little bit more. And I think they're just getting wiser and wiser with more of this technical type stuff that they can use. But congratulations to all of them, and good meeting, Tita.
Thank you, Carol. I always miss you guys. If I don't see you in our meetings, it's just like really amazing how you guys have really transformed from where you first started and where we are right now in what we're doing. You guys are just truly, truly amazing. We have so much to be proud of.
For the interactors, Brian, Maceo, Hillary, Jay, and Haley, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude for your contributions and great work with the Hercules Rotary website development project. I know you've gained much technical and real-time work experience that will help each of you to continue with your future endeavors. I've enjoyed watching and listening to your updates and reaching out to the community leaders, but mostly to the successful results on the completion of the website. I applaud your time and efforts toward this project, and job well done. In addition, I'd like to say thank you so much to Val for his knowledge, expertise, patience. It's very greatly appreciated with website development. I've learned so much in what we've done. We spent a few hours working on the Civic project page with the pictures, and it may look simple at looking at the page, but there was so much work behind it. And without the technical help of Val, and also being part of the Zoomers and Boomers, I'm one of the lucky recipients of gaining that experience. So I just want to acknowledge Val for his valuable contribution. And if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Thank you, Josie.
Amen to that.
I think we're recruiting Mac in our next project.
We are looking at extending our Interact group. So I know that one of the to-dos that I was working on, and I wanted to make sure that our Interact, especially Hillary, because Hillary gave me this to do. Principal Marley over at John Sweat definitely wants to meet. So she's very excited that we've reached out. And so we're going to try and see how we can actually make that happen with Miss Ramos, Marina, and with Tita. So that's going to be something that we need to make sure, starts rolling. We're probably going to try and give them a bit of time. We know that a lot of the schools are a little slammed with a lot of things going on right now, but she and I have corresponded, so it's a matter of getting some time on her calendar so we can look into how we would actually start an Interact group with within John Sweat Unified, and then how we would actually kind of cross-pollinate so that we can share some of the things that we're learning. So that's the next step, so be on the lookout for that one.
My current role in Richmond, I was part of the West Contra Costa internship program for students. And this type of experience that you guys have had that you're doing for the school is actually very beneficial, because when I look at resumes or when I look at students that are applying for our internship programs, high school and college, I look at all their activities to see what they've done, and what types of projects, types of teams and leading. So this is actually really valuable for your career in the future. So put it on your resume and talk about it. And right now, as you do certain things, take notes, use that journal so you can write down what you've been doing, so you can implement that in the resume. And also when you have your interviews, you can actually talk about these projects, and so it'll impress the interviewer. That's all. Congratulations and thank you.
Well, you're going to be hearing a lot more from Myrtle with the career development for you guys. So that's going to be another curriculum that we should all be looking forward to for our kids. And this is going to give you guys the opportunity to start sharing that with a lot of your classmates, a lot of your friends in school. And that gives you the tool to recruit in your club. Okay?
Absolutely.
So anyway, with that, I just want to say thank you to everyone. And again, have a great evening. Oh, Steve.
Yeah, I'd like to put in a short pitch, please.
Okay.
I've talked with Haley and Stella. Thank you very much. I have 1 week to do a short video project. The national parks is having a dedication of land in Martinez. They're looking for a couple of teenagers that will make a short 10-second video about what they like about being in nature, open space. They're going to have a 1 hour video presentation, and they're looking for some kids. So Haley's helping me and Stella. So I'm putting my email address out there right now, Stephen Kirby at MSN. So if you would do a short 10-second video for me, maybe go to Refugio Park and say why you like to run in the park or ride your bikes or anything, and I will send you information in an email if you send me an email. And I want to get maybe a dozen. I can send as many as I want, and they'll choose a couple to be part of this national video. It's with Doug McConnell, who does Back Roads, and NBC Bay Area is sort of doing this. So I'm part of the John Muir Land Trust. And so I'd like to get a couple more people that will do a 10-second blurb about being in nature and open space, especially at Hercules here, where we, years ago, before you were born, we saved Franklin Canyon from massive development up there. And so it's at Fernanda's property. You're all welcome to go out there and walk. They got a staging area and a bathroom and everything. And I got lots of information. So please send me an email and I'll send you out some information. Thank you, Haley. And thank you, Estella. And thank you, Tita. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tita.
Thank you, everyone. So with that, good night. And our next meeting is going to be on September 15 at 12 noon. We're back to our regular meeting day and time. Thank you. Good night,
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody. Good
Thank
job.
you. Great
Congratulations,
job.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Amazing
Tita.
team.
Thank you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Carol, is that a smile I see?